Mike, turn your games down.
Hi everyone, episode 361 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's... I don't know what to say. With me tonight.
I am Phoebe Stanton and Talo Adoon.
I am Desiree Korruption, and this is Jimmy.
I'm going to have more whippy things. Quirky. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Oh, we're going to get to Brood Wars, and
Yeah,
one of the last missions of Brood Wars has the best line in it.
I do want to play it. It just wasn't happening this week. But we are here to talk about the original StarCraft, developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment when they still existed. And the original version came out in 98 for PC, essentially.
Wow, they still exist?
I mean,
oh, yeah.
Kinda.
Wow, they're not trucking all along.
they sort of exist. I don't know, they got bought by Activision, for those that are confused what we're talking about, and they're just not the same company. So
No, they only make 3 games now. They make World of Warcraft, Diablo 4 expansions, and whenever they get caught in something that they shouldn't be doing, they release a new hero for Overwatch.
Hey, don't forget about Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, that game still exists?
I don't think Blizzard's not Hearthstone, is it?
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
is. Yeah, they are.
'Cause that's the Warcraft card game.
Yep.
Oh, Hearthstone was actually made by the people that made Marvel Snap, by the way.
Oh
Yep.
dear God.
Oh, I said
Pretty
its
sure I'm
name. I said its. You said its name, and
That's fine. It's not on my phone anymore. And I actually snoozed all the groups that told me about it too. So I don't want to see any of that. I'm like, I'm done. don't show me. I ain't coming back. I'm too far behind now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now you come to the good Blizzard thing. StarCraft.
well, also don't forget old school stuff like Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing, when they actually did other stuff besides
Blackthorn.
Yeah.
None of what you said is good, though.
Hey, Lost Vikings is awesome. You take that back.
I didn't like it when I played it, but I haven't played it since I was a teenager. So my opinion could be different now that I'm adult.
You can play it now on their arcade bundle, whatever it's called.
I could play it on my emulator right now if I really wanted to on my Steam Deck, but
Oh yeah.
the want isn't there. But I've only messed with it once. But then again, I'm not a big puzzle gamer at the time. So
Well, it's also a co-op. You can get two other people to play with you as the other Vikings.
a good idea. Okay, so
Let's get back to the main.
with our memories.
Yeah.
So I have never played StarCraft before. My original memory of StarCraft is probably 98, 99. I had a friend who was into RTSs, like a bunch of us were, and he was talking about StarCraft. He had StarCraft, he had Brood War, maybe it was later, and I remember him just kind of telling me about it, but I didn't really care because I didn't have it. My friend that used to come over and install things on my PC who didn't have it, so I was never exposed to this game. I was exposed to Warcraft 1 and 2 and like Command and Conquer Red Alert, but never this. I've seen bits and pieces of this game, but I have never I played it once about 10 years ago. I installed it on my computer. I was trying to play legit back then because gotta beat games legit. I had that mindset that went away.
Yeah.
And I played like maybe 2-3 missions and I just went, I'm not in the right mindset for this, and then that was it. And I haven't touched it since until this week. So that's my history. Phoebe, what about you?
I received this and Medal of Honor Allied Assault from a fellow schoolmate in 4th grade. So this would be around 2000. They burned me a CD for this for some reason or another. And then the following birthmas, my mom got me the complete battle chest.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've been here pretty much since day one screaming that this game is great.
And Desiree.
Pretty much the same as Phoebe, but I skipped it all and I was at my local. I think Best Buy was around back then, maybe. Or it was probably Walmart. I saw the battle chest, and it was at a decent price. And I saw it, bought it, or my mom bought it, or somebody bought it, and I took it home. And I don't think it would run on my PC just yet. So I just read all the. It came with 2 strategy guides for 1 and Brood War, and and its instruction booklet had a bunch of lore and backstory and everything, and I would just read and reread that constantly. So until I had a PC, I could run it, which would be like a year and a half afterwards. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. I mean, that was what turned me off from PC for a while because I didn't like the fact that you have to have the specs to make it work. So that I was a console gamer for years. The PC is now my current domain, but that's why I was kind of. I think maybe that was my case too. I had an old Hewlett Packard Packard Bell computer at this time with Windows 95 on it, so it might have been that this wouldn't run. That might have been the problem. Warcraft 2 ran, so for those that don't know, StarCraft is a real-time strategy game with 3 different races. I played the remastered version. I'm assuming we all did.
I played the remastered and was going to also play the StarCraft 2 mod Mass Recall, but I didn't get the chance to.
I played the original, I played the remastered, and started up once I got it working, the Mass Recall, and got to, I think, like either the 3rd or 4th Terra mission, and it looked really good, and I'm probably going to continue playing it.
The remastered version of this game is pretty.
Yeah,
I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, even the original, because I watched speedruns, I was watching some stuff of the original too, and that's still pretty. Yes, it's 98, it's a little outdated, but it's fine.
Yeah, but
Not
they
terrible.
changed my goth girl Kerrigan to just what she looks like in StarCraft 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did see that some of the icons and are different for the characters. I liked them more with the newer ones, but yeah, I saw what you meant.
Yeah, I like the incarnation, but not to be contrarian or whatnot.
That's fine. I mean, they're not that different, but I do see where Phoebe's coming from.
No, a lot of the Protoss stay the same.
I think there's not much of the Protoss. They're just weird looking aliens that have no mouth.
No.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about the factions, yeah, you got your Space Marines, you got your Tyranids, and you got your Necron / Eldari.
Yeah, they really are just the Warhammer 40k units.
I like how I actually understood what you were saying, even though I have never really played Warhammer, but I understood what you were saying because I used to look at the toys.
Yeah, and it's 100% accurate. I've once heard that this was supposed to be a Warhammer game, but then the contract broke, and so they decided to make their own
Actually, I
thing.
misspoke. It's not the Necrons. It's more like Tau and Eldari.
Yeah, because the Tau are the psychic aliens.
Yeah. Well, not really psychic. It's a whole big thing. We probably don't have time to get into the whole thing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, keep it on track.
We'll get there in StarCraft 2, I think.
Yeah.
So I know very little about when it comes to Warhammer, but I now that you meant, once you said it, yeah, I can kind of see it. The Marines, the Terran Marines do they have that look, like the 40k Marines.
Yeah, but instead of high Gothic skull and bones and whatnot, you get your roughneck, redneck Confederacy.
I kind of like that. I mean, the irony is there are probably certain people who, if they play this game for the first time now, go, "Oh yeah, they got it right." And they're making fun of it, guys. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've never seen that on the internet, but I would not be surprised if somebody thought that in today's world.
And if a little bit of story, you defect from the Confederacy and go against them in the Terran campaign. So
yeah, the Sons of Cornhall.
Yep.
It's interesting. I mean, the Terrans, I like the way the Terrans play because they play to me, I think it's what I'm used to in RTS, like a Command and Conquer. They kind of have that same feel to it, where you build a base, you build your unit, you use a unit to construct other things. I feel like that's pretty common in a lot of RTSs, or maybe you just long give a construction yard and Command and Conquer you can build. I can't remember, it's been a long time, but it felt very much like what I'm used to in most RTSs. It didn't feel like anything too unique. Yeah, if we want to get into this, the main strengths of the Terran army are that relatively cheap units. Well, more middle of the road than all the other factions.
Yeah, they're the only one whose most base unit is a ranged unit, because Zerglings and Zealots can't use any ranged attacks.
Yeah, and you can move by lifting them up and putting them down. Also, their bases can catch fire and slowly destroy themselves in fires. Which is cool. I thought that would affect everybody, but I didn't. No. Well, it didn't matter to me because I had cheat codes on at all times, so there was nobody was dying.
Zerg, even their buildings slowly heal because everything about it is biological, but with Terrans, because it's a mechanical unit, once their health bar hits the red, they set on fire and they start going down 1 pip per second. And so you have to get an SCV over there to repair it, but it will cost you minerals.
and the Protoss can just tank with shields. They have an overshield over there.
The shield will come back, but the health will never come back.
Yeah, they don't have a healing unit.
And
well, none of them have a healing unit until Brood War, but that's another story.
yeah,
That's a future episode, yes.
Yeah.
Because I do want to play more of this. The story is also very good. I watched a few lore videos before we did this episode so I could be a little bit more understanding of what is coming, or just, what was happening.
And as I said, their instruction booklet, which was some kind of big, glossy paper, had a lot of lore and cool pictures of each faction that I would, as I said, reread and read. I would take it to school and read.
I remember those.
yeah. I can't remember if I messaged Mike about this or if this was in the group chat, but I said at one point that a lot of the stuff that you get told in this game specifically is a half-truth because they only know part of the story because of their faction's own lore. Like, the Overmind's whole thing is the Zelnaga made us, and we'll get more into that in like later episodes, but that's
in 2,
not,
right?
Yeah, stuff like that is in
Okay.
2. The Overmind was made by the Zelnaga. The Zerg already existed.
They heavily, if you read the lore in the instruction book, yeah, they totally talk about the Zelnaga and all that.
Yeah, because the Zelnaga are going to be more prominent later.
Yeah.
Okay. I know they're mentioned like once in this game. They meant nothing to me, but then I was watching some lore videos and they're like, they're like, yeah, I can't believe this is mentioned already.
I'm wondering how much the lore video is now spoiled for you.
It was, I was careful not to watch anything that mentioned 2. It was just like some of the background about the races.
Oh, okay.
I was very careful what I listened to. I was watching a breakdown of this game, and then he got to Brood War, and then the video got turned off.
Excellent. Good, Mike.
I want to experience this because I really don't know much about StarCraft. I live in the internet. I live in the gaming space, but there are certain franchises where I wasn't into them, so I didn't really pay any attention. And this is one of them where I know very little about it. So I'm just keeping it that way until I experience it. So I had a lot of fun with the Terran campaign. I liked their units because their units to me were very familiar, and that was nice for me.
Yeah. What's y'all's favorite unit per faction? One of mine in the Terrans, it was the siege tank.
I was gonna say that's a really hard question because one of my mains in Heroes of the Storm was the siege tank Sergeant Hammer, but I'm not a siege tank player in StarCraft 1. I'm actually a basic bitch and go with Marines, Goliaths, and some battle cruisers.
Yeah.
I used the Wraith because I couldn't die, and it was faster for them to travel places, even though they're not as strong as some of the other units. They're great against air units, but they aren't as good against like ground and stuff. But since the fact they could hit everything, I used them because it was just simpler. But I really liked the Goliath. Later on, I would use different sets of units because, again, I didn't have to actually play that strategic because I couldn't die because I'm cheating. So, but I still tried to when a mission had okay, you got to go destroy this one thing, I tried to do my best to destroy everything because that's how I would have played the game had I not been cheating.
Let's see, you asked for each faction?
Well, we're starting with Terran right now. We'll get.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. Or it's your top 5, or like as I said, the siege tank. Y'all said others, so I'll say others. I like the battle cruiser mostly because it's all Yamato and Star Trek references.
Oh, I never messed with the
cannons.
The battle cruisers. I never made them. I used them the one time I had them, but they didn't seem that special to me. So I
you
just
gotta
stuck with Wraiths.
the main feature about the battle cruiser, it's Yamato cannon that you have to actually activate and use. That you can take it. Yeah.
I can't remember. Is it StarCraft 2 or Brood War that adds the second factor to the battle cruiser? Because it does gain a second ability.
I guess so. I think so. And
I think that's Brood War. I don't think it had. It had the cannon. I don't think it had anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because the battle cruiser in something later, either Brood War 2 does get something else after the Yamato cannon, and it's gonna be fucking great.
Like one of the others I like is the Vulture. I love the Vulture.
I did not. That's the bike thing, right?
Yes.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, because it can land spider mines and everything.
Yeah. Spider mines.
Use that, but I'm watching like a playthrough or a speed run. Those things are fucking good. So, but again, I I also play every RTS. I have a thing in RTSs where I like to get whatever one of the best units I can make at that time. I make a full squad of that, and then I go attack your base. That's just kind of how I play. That's not how you should play an RTS, by the way, but that's how I play them. I mean, that's the wrong way, because like if you let your enemy have that much time just to sit and build, like you're going to be in trouble. So, because you're not distracting them and, hitting them faster. So, but no, I mean, I see why you like the Vulture. Like, I'm watching the speedrun. This guy's just setting fucking mines everywhere. They're just taking out the Zerg. So, I get it.
Yeah, they're fast as fuck, boy.
Mm-hmm. I did like the Marines. I didn't use them much because I never use infantry usually in RTSs. I go for whatever vehicle I can get later on, and that becomes my go-to.
Yeah, and as going back, I love the siege tank because you get a squad of siege tanks and maybe a squad of vultures going together. Man,
I did try some siege tanks, but then I just kind of there were a lot of times where things would get lost. I felt like, or there's a lot of like where stuff is higher up and you need to fly to get there. And I didn't feel like dropping troops off. So.
Yeah, and one of the bigger problems with siege tanks is that friendly fire is always on, especially if they're in siege mode. So,
a group of
that's the problem. Attacking one, the other 3 siege tanks go, okay, we're gonna blow up that Zerg, and they blow up the siege tank along with them.
Okay, that would have made me use a lot less of them if I.
Yeah, they're good for putting on top of cliffs, but don't put them near ramps.
If I found this out, I think maybe the first or second time I played through the whole game, that if you select a group of stuff or one thing, you can hold control and press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and assign that to a hotkey. If you press 1, you select it. If you press 2, you select the whole group.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest gripes with the remaster, because the remaster came out in 2017, and Legacy of the Void came out in 2015. They had 2 years to import a bunch of stuff from StarCraft 2 to StarCraft 1 with the remaster. And they say, hey, there's going to be a bunch of quality of life stuff. And all of these major gameplay elements that made life a lot easier for just RTSs in general that got added to StarCraft 2 are not backported into the StarCraft 1 remaster. And that's one of them. You can control 1, control 2, and make your hotkey groupings. But in StarCraft 2, there's actually tabs, so you can see what hotkeys you actually have activated. And that's not here. You just have to kind of memorize, oh, I do have something on 3. It's live. Awesome.
Also, in base StarCraft, you can only select a select number of units. Like you can feel like 12 Marines, but only like 6 Goliaths or 6 Vultures, I think.
Isn't that okay? So the last RTS that I have ever really played is Red Alert 2. So like going back to this is still in my wheelhouse because I don't play RTSs except for Command and Conquer. So it didn't affect me at all. I was like, okay, this is just normal because this is what I know. I thought that's interesting.
Did this didn't come out before or after Command and Conquer?
I can't remember what year Red Alert and Red Alert 2 are. Red Alert 2 is the one that I spent lots and lots of time in, but I don't remember the years and I didn't look it up. So
Red Alert 2 is from 2000, so it's around the same time as Brood War.
Okay, that's the last time I got I've never beat Red Alert 2 because it's fucking hard, but for me. But I spent a lot of time screwing around with it and a lot of multiplayer with my friend, facing AIs. We would spend hours on dial-up internet just fighting the AI.
Yeah.
Fucking.
If you go into in StarCraft 1, if you go into the map editor or the select custom map, there's a little mini campaign in there, extra campaign called the Enslavers. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't think I would have done it anyway because I think I was kind of done with this game by the end, but I beat this yesterday, so I had to be done.
Yeah. Let's go. We got off topic back to factions.
I want to finish the Terran story, then we'll go to Zerg. So we talked about most of the units. I mean, Terrans probably in my idea play is like what I'm used to in an RTS game, like Command and Conquer. But like their story, I do like the Terran story. I do like the whole idea where you're working for this asshole and then you're fighting Confederates. The Confederacy is like the main government out here, correct?
Yeah, because basically the Terrans in this sector of space, which is so far removed from Earth, were basically a bunch of prisoner transports, prisoner lockdowns to find a new place on Earth or explore Earth. And they just woke up from hypersleep one day in this sector of space. I forget what it's called or if there's a name, but they just woke up as a bunch of convicts and prisoners and just formed their own government using their transports and whatnot. So everything's kind of lawless and like they have absolutely no communications with Earth.
It's a cool concept.
Yeah.
I really like the Terran campaign. I do like there's a couple missions in here where you're inside a place. I thought those were good. When I mean inside a place, you're like, because some of this is out on, in space and you're like on a planet. Some of them are where you're in a base with a set amount of troops that you have. I enjoyed those too. One of the things that is real famous with the Terran campaign that I knew even before playing this was all the stuff when it comes to the ghosts and Kerrigan.
Yeah.
I knew who she was and I knew what ghosts were. Even I don't know who Nova is, but Nova's from 2, right?
Yes. Well, Nova. Nova's an interesting character because she was going to be the main character of the 3D behind the back spinoff of StarCraft Ghost, which never came out. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's where I was watching Heroes of the Storm and they had a Nova in there. I was watching a documentary on Heroes of the Storm last night.
I think she might show up once or twice in Brood War, but
she doesn't. Yeah, no, she doesn't. She's not in Brood War. She's only in 2.
Yeah, and we will get there. I don't want to.
I just had to ask it because it came up in my head. And I do like the whole story with the Terrans. I think it's a good campaign. I think it was my favorite of the 3 campaigns that I went through. I really enjoyed the stuff with the Terrans.
Yeah, you like working for a
psychopath?
Well, a surprise fascist.
We don't know he's a psychopath at first. That's the best part.
Yeah, you find out later.
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah, Arturus Minsk.
I mean, yeah, he reminded me of like any other dictator. But no, that mission when you leave Kerrigan behind, that mission hits.
I don't know if it's in 2 they give this is related and I do know about it. I think in Heart of the Swarm, the second expansion to 2, they give you a different FMV of the Leaving Behind.
Oh, cool. I look forward to that then, probably from her point of view.
And more detailed CGI.
Oh, fair enough. Many years later. But just what you have in this game, I do like it, where he's like, we're leaving, and Raynor's like, what are you doing leaving her? And he's like, we're leaving. And they just sacrifice all the troops because he just doesn't give a shit.
We did our job. We did the thing that we wanted to do. Get out.
Oh, well, their job was, which Jimmy completely mission was to send Kerrigan alone with a SCV, which is a building unit, with a thing called a psychic emitter, which would bring the Zerg onto the planet they were on to wipe out the Confederate base. And it gets out of hand, and that's when. And in the middle of planning it and getting the Zerg to come, and Meng says, "Pull out. She did her job. She's expendable."
Which is fair. And she's just a regular, because ghosts are just regular unit. She's just one of them, right?
Yes. It's probably the most powerful one. That's the thing, is that you've got such a strong psychic ability.
Yeah, because ghosts are all super soldier psychics with the cloaking and the Gauss gun rifle. And also, if you build up a nuclear base on your command center, they can pinpoint and launch nukes on your enemies.
I never did that.
Oh, they're devastating. They're base killers.
Yeah. Like, drop a nuke on some Zerg and goodbye Zerg.
The thing is, you can only build one nuke per nuclear silo, but if you have multiple command centers, that means multiple nuclear silos, and then you just drop 3 nukes with 3 ghosts, and that's a full base wipe.
Yeah. And going back to, what is it? Oh, yeah, and after that, after the Zerg invade and take out that whole Confederate base and basically take over the whole planet, the Protoss come in and nuke the whole world. Exterminatus the whole thing.
They glass it.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because the first time I ever heard that term, glassing, was when I read the Halo novels. And to hear
Fucking
it here,
Fall of Reach.
Yeah. Yes, but also, that's in that book. And to me, to hear it again made me chuckle. I think they do say it in here. They glass the planet. I'm like, well, that's where Halo got the idea from.
Oh, I first heard Lasting a Planet from Starship Troopers, of all things.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking movie.
No, not the movie, the book.
Oh, okay. I never read the book.
Yeah, I've read the book.
Now. I don't like the movie.
The book, yeah. The book is good if you can get past all the pontificating about fascism, like how and stuff about it. It's a pretty good tale about.
It's making fun of fascism. It's showing how it's wrong and not, that it's a good thing, like some people thought. So
yeah. Well, the movie was. The book is kind of straight serious about it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I
don't think it's bugs in the book. It's actual another group of people.
No, there are bugs just at the end of the book, at the last maybe couple chapters, and it's basically just a story about someone joining and going through everything and becoming an officer. So I read it multiple times, and I've listened to audiobooks multiple times. So and Starship Troopers is the book is where we get power armor.
Oh,
everybody loves power armor.
They never had it in the movie, but Starship Troopers is where we have power armor from.
Not know that. I'm actually happy mechs don't exist because I would have younger me would have signed up for the military if mechs were real.
Yeah,
I'm okay that they're not. I really would. I've always been obsessed with mechs. So if they were a real thing, if we had that, my fucking ass would have been in the military. I'm becoming a pilot.
So basically the Terrans are like a mixture of Starship Troopers, 40K, and Dukes of Hazzard.
I was surprised how much you fight Terrans in the Terran campaign. I mean, you fight Zerg and Protoss, but I swear it's mostly Terrans.
I love the redneck cutscenes. What do we hit, Sarge? It's Zerglin.
Yeah.
That was funny as hell. And he's like, I love you, Sarge. They both get killed. It was stupid, but funny.
Yeah.
And then the campaign eventually ends where you turn against, because after Kerrigan is sacrificed, you essentially then turn against the commander guy, and you have to take out a big ion cannon, and then you guys are escaping, I guess, at the end of their campaign.
Yeah. You join Raynor in their own little break-off group.
Yep, going to Marsara after Tarsonis gets completely fucked up.
Yeah, which was basically the Terran, the home, quote-unquote, base of power for the Confederacy is Tarsonis. And Marsara is basically a backwater, outskirts outpost. Marsara is...
Seeing it later. I said, remember that name, we'll be seeing it later.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that the 3 campaigns are actually in order, too, because I haven't played a lot of RTS, but I know that's not how, Command & Conquer was. They just picked... Well, maybe they were, and I just don't realize because I was a kid, but I did like how they're each... there's a certain order you're supposed to play all 3 campaigns. Terran is first. And I also think that's good because it teaches you the game better because the Terran campaign has more tutorial stuff in it and is simpler to understand.
Well, it also introduces you slowly to the other factions. Like I just said, you're doing Terrans against Terrans, but sprinkled in there are a couple of fight Zerg, fight Protoss missions.
Well, the Zerg fighting the Protoss made sense. The Zerg fighting anybody made sense. I mean, I didn't like when you had to fight the Protoss as the Terrans for one mission because it felt like we had the same goal here.
Yeah, it's a misunderstanding, which I think ultimately, I'm not going to spoil it. I think it does become a little important as a first contact bonding experience with the Protoss. Because I think they become allies. Yeah, allies to humans.
They do, yes.
The Zerg, yeah.
Even in here, they do. A little.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your Raynor that ends up... Because after he leaves the group of Terrans because he got betrayed, he ends up essentially joining the Protoss and working with them a little bit. Oh, I do like the ending cutscene where you find out where it shows they're not really winning the war against the Zerg. They're kind of they're struggling.
Yeah.
He's like, we lost some planets, but we will be okay under me, Emperor.
Yeah, the whole the ending, the Terran campaign. There's this whole propaganda video advertisement about the Sons of Korhal and the whole the Minion.
I wonder if he told people that he was going to be the Emperor of Peace while he's having war.
Yeah.
Or the Emperor of Affordability while everything is going up.
Oh my god.
You're welcome. So I had to get that joke in.
Yeah.
All right, should we talk about the Zerg shit then next?
Yeah. I think one of my favorite units in that is probably the Mutalisk, the air unit.
Mutalisk, Hydralisk, Ultralisk, Zerglings, give me
Yeah.
it all, baby.
Yeah. The main strategy for Zerg is to basically each hive you make produces 3 Zerg little hatchlings that are nigh indestructible and hard to kill from some of the others, and you use that. Yeah, you can just select all and produce whatever units you want. Zerglings come in a 2-pack. Hydralisks are like 1 and done. And a lot of others are like, yeah, it's 1 and done. But Zerglings, those come in a 2-pack, so it's 2 for 1.
Hence where we get the name Zerg Rush.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a Zergling, an army of 200 of them, and you say, go.
But the drawback is each hatchery only produces 3 Zerg babies, so you got to make multiple hatcheries to make multiple Zerg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate the fucking Zerg. It was my least favorite faction of the 3. I do not like anything about the way they play because it is not in my style of playing.
So I think you'll like them more in StarCraft 2 because there's a lot more interesting stuff with them. Like, instead of having to build a creep colony, there are instead these like little spores, and you can spread the spores out to make more creep. And the big thing with creep, I don't remember if it's in StarCraft 1, I don't think so, but in StarCraft 2, units move faster and attack faster on creep.
That is not in this.
Yeah,
sure.
I think so, yeah.
So
I just didn't
spread
like
your
the
purple
fact-
flooring and go to town.
The fact that like, your drones become the building that they make, so then you lose your peasant.
Yes.
Warcraft terms. Like, I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And-
understandable. Everybody has a faction that they don't like and a faction that they love.
Yeah. You always must spawn more overlords.
I don't like the overlords. I don't like the idea of them. I really don't like anything about the Zerg other than the way the Hydralists look. Because they look like xenomorphs, kinda cooler.
Yeah. And they you would think they would slash you up with those little claws they have, but no, they're completely ranged.
But they're fucking powerful. I didn't use them because with the Zerg, all I did was the flying units. Even though they're not that powerful, but they could fly and they couldn't die
Oh yeah, also the creep colonies you build can mutate into either a ground defense or an air defense.
Oh, that's how that worked. Okay,
Yeah.
I saw those, but I also never really made creep colonies very often, like maybe 1 or 2, because
you
did everything I needed.
Yeah, the 2 main things you should build at first when you're Zerg are hatcheries and creep colonies, and or the little things that allow you to make other varieties of Zerg. Because creep colonies,
the Hydralisk Dan.
the creep colonies. I don't. Do they? No. The overlords count towards your supply limit.
Yes, the overlords affect how many troops you can have for Zerg. I think also because the Zergs are essentially, they remind me a lot of Alien and Xenomorph type things, and I'd rather fight. I didn't mind fighting them, but I did not like being them. I didn't like the mission briefing with them and the stupid eyeball talking to me. I didn't like anything about the Zerg.
Yeah, and that each faction you play as, you are a specified character commander in each faction. In the Terrans, you're the commander. In the Zerg, you're one of these things called a Cerebrit. Basically a long worm type thing that can control Zerg and are basically they are as immortal as the Overmind is alive. They can just respawn you. And Protoss, you're also just like leader of a certain.
Actually, I guess that was retconned.
What?
Huh?
In the Protoss, you're actually supposed to be Artanis.
Oh, okay. I mean, the Protoss is also straight, but I don't want to talk about them yet. But it's just everything with the Zerg. I didn't like the fact that I had to lose my builder when I built stuff. I didn't like that I had to make larvae and then evolve them into the troops I wanted. I just was very unhappy with the Zerg in general. I'm also not a fast player, which is what the Zergs are about. They're about mutating quickly and attacking your enemy quickly, where I just want to get the strongest unit I can and then attack you, which is not the right way to play in RTS, but that's what I like to do.
The larvae, the Zerg larvae just respawn at a set time. You don't have to build them; they'll just appear at your hatcheries.
Yes.
All you do is select them you can basically, if you have a bunch of hatcheries together in one window tile, you can just double click larvae and you select all of them across your hatcheries.
Okay.
So
I
if you
mean,
have,
I
like-
spawned some, but I didn't realize you could, like... I also didn't make more hatcheries, because I treated it not like a barracks, I treated it like a town hall in Warcraft. You're going to hear a lot of Warcraft.
No.
I know, you're not
no,
supposed to.
Yeah.
I know I played wrong.
Yeah, no, you put 4 on top of each other, and you have
Yes.
12 larvae to work with.
Now I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, and Zerg units are cheap. They are cheap. Like your as I said, the Zerglings. There are 50 materials, but you get 2 of them each time you evolve them. Yeah, and Hydralists, like they're like 75 mat, 25 that's paint and gas, which are cheaper than a fire bat in Terran terms. And Overlord. Drones are 50 a piece, I think, as well. Overlords are like 100. So yeah, you can, if you have enough you're willing to sacrifice or mining, you have a lot of dough to spend and a lot of cheap stuff to spend on it.
Okay. I mean, see, that also wasn't an issue because my troops couldn't die, so...
Yeah.
So again, I get it, when you're playing it differently, like, I understand how that could affect it. I don't know, there was just something off with the Zerg, because I felt like I was the villain in the Zerg campaign.
You are.
Yes. That's why I felt like it.
Yeah, and we'll get to that as well, I think.
And I don't like whenever I play games, I always try to be the good guy. I never go evil routes in Mass Effect, Dragon Age. It's just not who I am as a person and a gamer, even though a game, it's a game. It's the point of it. But I don't go down that road ever.
And this is a whole nother discussion, but I think some games really, really make it hard or distasteful on purpose to be evil.
Yes.
So here's the thing. They are the main villain for this game specifically, but they're not bad guys. Like, they're antagonistic, and you're trying to destroy the Terrans, but because their whole thing is about
Evolution.
It is said that the Xel'Naga made the Overmind to be like the leader of the Zerg, and they're supposed to be purity of form, which means that they can assimilate other biological material into themselves to make themselves better. And they're going specifically for the Protoss. And that is a thing that we will talk about, but...
Protoss are the purity of mind, right?
Yeah, purity of essence.
Yes, that's, yeah.
So they are 2 halves of a whole to a bigger plan that is more explained in StarCraft 2, but pretty much the Overmind, while being the main villain for this game, pretty much, is doing it because he is programmed like that, and there's a reason why the Zerg are programmed to go specifically after these races.
But that's not until 2 that's explained.
I think it's explained a little bit in Brood War, but...
It's explained in the a couple of the origins and whatnot of the Zerg are mentioned in the lore book.
Yeah, there's a lot of puppetry going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, the Zerg to me they made me think of like a parasite, let's say the Reapers, or another Mass Effect example, because why not? And
so
that's kind of how I
the Reaper is the most perfect thing you could have said.
Okay.
Yes.
I figured it was kind of like a reset in a way, like they take over.
The Xel'Naga. I think this is also in the
we're going to the
instruction
StarCraft 2
lore.
territory.
No, that's what's in the instruction book that I read as well. Is that the Xel'Naga basically failed with their. They basically created a bunch of things. They created humans, apparently, I think. I'm not sure. They created the Protoss, but finally they said, fuck it, and they created the Zerg, because the Zerg was the best, apparently.
Somebody created the Zerg, and then the other one didn't agree with it, and then bad things happen.
Well, no, it's like the Zerg are technically really the legacy of the Xel'Naga. They were perfect.
Or the Protoss.
Yeah.
I know also the point of the Zerg is to assimilate everything, which again, when I hear the word assimilate, I think of pork.
Like I said, you saying the, whatever the fuck they're called for Mass Effect, the Reapers, is the most perfect thing, because the whole point is, much like with the Reapers, there is a cycle. There will always be the AI that rises up, and the Reapers come and assimilate stuff. And here it's the same thing. The Zerg are this iteration's version of the pure form. There have been other races in the past that have been the pure form and the pure of essence.
Okay.
We are watching Yeah, we're getting into stuff that I probably shouldn't be saying, but
No, it's
that's
fine.
the
I
best
mean,
way to
this
put it
all
is the
works.
Zerg and Protoss are a means to an end, and this has happened before. The Terrans are just kind of a third wheel.
Yeah, they basically stumped. As I said, they were sent off on colony transport prison ships out into the great unknown, and they just stumbled upon this sector of space, and they said, "Hey, we kind of like it here. This is ours now."
I mean, that fits humans just fine. We've done it throughout history on this planet, and I'm sure we're going to do it if we ever travel to other planets someday, if we live that long. So, yeah, that
Plus,
fits
the
humans.
Zerg campaign gives us Zeratul, and Zeratul's the
Yeah.
best. He's
Yeah.
my boy.
Zeratul.
Yep, they're
The Dark Templar.
Oh, okay. That's in the Zerg. Oh, you mean the Protoss campaign?
No,
No.
he's in the Zerg campaign.
Yeah.
He's the one who
Oh.
kills Oz. He's the reason why we now know that a Cerebrit can die.
Yeah,
Because they're supposed to be super immortal, but Dark Templars have an ability to
Oh,
kill
okay.
Cerebrits.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I was not paying a lot of attention to the campaign. I
Yeah,
told you
he
I was
just-
not happy with the Zerg.
Yeah, he sent a clone to fight Kerrigan, or he fought himself as Kerrigan to
That was
distract
Tassadar.
her.
Okay.
No, well, yeah,
Or you go to like the center and then nothing happens and then it just says victory and I was like, damn it! All this work to build.
Yeah,
move her over here as an
Tassadar
overlord.
played you. Haha, what a fool.
So eventually,
Intaro Tassadar.
I mean, the idea that with Kerrigan getting left behind, that eventually she becomes a
The Queen of
Druid.
Blades.
Yes, becomes a Zerg. I think that is cool that they use her psychic power to like turn her, and then the stuff with that is cool. Like, and you have like a couple missions where she's just a crystal, or
Yeah, we do
Basilisk.
see that. We actually do see that early in the Terran campaign because the reason why the Confederacy tries to arrest us and we have to join with the Sons of Korhal is because we destroyed a Confederate command center because it was an infested command center.
Yes. And
So-
I think there was also backstory that the Confederates, or mentioned that the Confederates were experimenting with the Zerg. And,
yes,
Yep.
and
it's in the lore somewhere.
Yeah.
So infested Terrans do exist and they are scary as shit.
Yeah. They're basically kamikaze things.
And if you make an infested ghost, you get arrogant.
Okay, because I do know, like, watching my lore videos, how they were talking about how there was stuff like that, and that they knew that the Zerg existed, they just weren't talking about it to people, which seemed accurate to, So today, this is off topic, but I want to bring it up anyway, because I have a moment. I went to a toy swap today.
Yeah, I
No,
saw you got some pod racers.
No StarCraft toys. But I did buy 2 pod racing toys, as you just said. They're cool. It was $15 each. I was like, will you do 25 for both? And I have a Sebulba and a Anakin, and then my plan is to hang them. I want to hang them from my ceiling, but I have like the ceiling with the little like sticky pointy things out, so I can't like put a hook on the ceiling. Unless I find a way to shave that down, or however you do that. But I'm gonna find a way to suspend them from the air. But I gotta be careful, because I gotta be far enough away for little paws don't find them.
It will find a way.
Oh, she's going to try. I can guarantee you, if I hang these up and they're too close to a bookshelf or something, she's going to be like, oh, how do I smack these?
And that is
And make
because she
them
will be
fall.
a good kitty.
She's perfect, but she's a bad kitty sometimes.
That is correct. That is how it works.
I also bought some other gaming related. I bought a Mario cat plushie that's sitting on my desk right now.
Oh my god.
And I'll send you a picture later. And I'm trying to think what else. There was some guy selling a bunch of stuff. He's like, 5 items on the desk for $20. I'm like, all right. And I got the Miriam from Star Wars Fallen Order. I got Miriam and a Funko Pop for part of the deal. So I was happy. I was very happy with my purchases.
Oh, nice.
Question for you, Phoebe. What are some of the other RTSs that you played?
This
This is it?
This is, if memory serves, it's really been only this. This is why I've been looking at Grey Goo, and there's a new one that former StarCraft devs have been working on.
Oh.
I can't think of the name of it
Okay.
currently. God damn it.
One
Okay.
game I've been thinking about playing, which I own, of course, on Steam, is Command and Conquer Generals, which I bet has aged terribly, but I'm really curious about it sometimes.
Yeah, no, unless you count tower defense games, which are definitely not RTSs, then no, this is really my only RTS. That's why I would like to try Warhammer, or not Warhammer, Warcraft at some point. I wouldn't mind playing the Warhammer RTSs as well. They sound interesting.
They do. I have the Warcraft. I bought the Warcraft chest after we played this, or during my time playing this. I was like, fuck it, $20 for the Warcraft chest. So I did it. So
Yeah, no, I've got a few different ones on, I think, my wish list on Steam, like Grey Goo and Tempest Rising. cannot for the life of me remember what that one that the StarCraft that we're making is.
Surprised you haven't played more.
Yeah, no, believe me, I agree.
I mean, I look at a lot of different RTSs. I just don't play many of them. I do look at a lot of them. I love the idea of RTSs. That's what has always drawn me to this game too. Is that there's something about little units running around and building a base that just gets that makes me so interested in them. I just like experiencing this game for the first time, being able to have that as part of now finally something I can speak to. I can finally understand it. If somebody mentions StarCraft, I finally now have an understanding. That always means a lot to me with games.
Sweet. I'm glad you played this.
I am too. This needed to happen, and this has been on my to-do list for 20 years. So it felt good.
It's funny that people say that this is probably one of the easier RTSs, because I think this game is a little harder than I remember, and I think StarCraft 2 is a hell of a lot easier. So,
well, different.
Going to other RTSs is going to definitely be interesting.
98 is games are made differently than they would have been in what is StarCraft 2? 2013?
11, I want to say, for the first expand for Wings of Liberty, but it might be 2009.
Okay. But like different times. Games were made differently then than they would have been later. I mean, games, in my opinion, we get to a certain point, probably 2006 and onward, where games start to be made easier so people can finish them, and they're giving more options if you want the game to be hard versus like the old days when games were just made hard to be hard because they didn't want you to beat it in a rental. They wanted you to have more, just make it more worth your money, where things change. And I prefer the world we're in now with gaming.
Yeah, Stormgate. That's the one I'm thinking of.
I have never heard of this.
Stormgate is a new StarCraft game by people who originally worked on StarCraft, and they're
a free game.
Yeah, that shouldn't be.
Stormgate Ashes of Earth is a free-to-play RTS, active development.
Oh.
And then you can also buy the Ultimate Edition of Stormgate, which is not free. This is $65.
Also, man, fucking Stormgate's got a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah.
All right, StarCraft. So we were talking about the Zerg before we got detoured. And a couple things that I think some of the stuff still bring up with Zerg. Like early on, you have Kerrigan in the Chrysalis, and then eventually when she does finally become playable, I did enjoy her. Since she couldn't die, I just used her. Had she been able to die, and I wasn't.
She can die.
Not the way.
Now we're overwhelming.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No one could. Well, okay, I would say no one could die, but I did have Dragoons die on me in the Protoss campaign somehow.
What you mean what are they called in 40K? The Dreadnoughts? Yeah.
They did die. Some did die on me. There was a certain Zerg unit that could kill some of my unit. I don't know what it was, but every so often I would see people die. And I was like, I don't like that. But it wasn't often. I mean, not surprising. Warcraft 2, you had a cheat code where you could where you couldn't die, God mode, and Death Knights could still kill you. So there's usually something that in these games that can still take you out with the cheat code on. It's only like one unit, and it's usually in a very expensive unit. Fuck, I love Warcraft. Oh, that's gonna probably happen now that I own it.
Hell yes.
So, I mean, the Zerg campaign, I just don't like where it goes, because you fight a lot of Protoss, and you also fight a few Zergs in the Zerg campaign, too, because you're, like, fighting against each other or something at one point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember why exactly we do that. I think it's the Garm Brood that something happens.
I don't think they agreed with what you're trying to do. And I know, like, when Kerrigan comes back as the Brood Queen, there's a lot of, her Queen of Blades, there's a lot of upsetness with her.
Yeah, because what you're dealing with is somebody with that amount of psychic energy and psychic ability becoming a Zergling leader could have more influence than the Overmind.
Yeah. Well, the Overmind wanted her to be probably a successor, I guess.
Well, the Overmind had planned to plant himself into a planet
and
then stay there, so he needed somebody
good
to
old Ire.
Yeah.
Outside.
Which I think you do and succeed in the Zerg campaign, I think, yeah.
You do, yeah. He ends up
Overmind becomes
planting himself.
Well, not really implanting, because he was originally not a physical being. It's just more of a mental voice that's in every Zerg. Now he has a physical body, and since he has a physical body, Dark Templars can kill.
He didn't have one before?
No. We see an eye, but he talks about the fact that he is completely non-corporeal for the most part.
I thought he was something just because that made sense in my brain. But okay, that's cool though. All right. I'm learning new things. I was trying to pay attention to the story. I did try to listen. I listened to all the briefings, everything. Like I tried to pay attention.
Yeah, I like the little briefings and the little talking heads that you get for every character when you select them and in the briefings. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, what in the Terran campaign, what's your favorite saying that unit says?
I didn't pay attention to that.
Ready to roll out.
Seedon, go ahead, Capcom.
I don't think the Zerg say anything, do they?
No, they just make a bunch of guttural noises.
Yeah.
They're just fucking bugs.
I think Firebats. I think Firebats also have a line where it's need a light.
Yeah, you're right. Well, also, if you keep selecting a particular unit, either from the Protoss or the Terrans, you will eventually get some pop culture lines, like the dropship girl. Yeah, I like her, like in the 5x5. Can I take your order?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Is that one little pop culture one?
Medvax.
No, that would be before. But yeah, almost all the surge, almost all the siege tank sayings, almost all the SEV and vultures, and yeah.
The Zerg have decent missions too. I just didn't like them. And then their last mission is with the Protoss homeworld, where you plant the Overlord, because apparently he can only be planted on their home planet, right?
It's not that I don't think he had to be planted there, but it was more along the lines of because we are specifically designed or been puppeteered to go for the Protoss, going to the Protoss home world and infecting that is a major victory.
Yes.
Plus, everybody loves Ire. Now, if you want a Zerg homeworld, the closest thing to a Zerg homeworld that we have so far is Shar.
Yeah,
okay,
Shar,
yeah. They talk about that off and on in here. Did that? Because I know they're like, it's not talked about in this campaign, but in the
it's in the lore books. Well, as the Shar is just basically a volcano planet, almost totally inhospitable planet, and Zelnaga found the little microscopic Zerg larvae, and they just uplifted it to the Zerg as it is today.
Oh, okay. That was very smart of them. That truthfully, but this is not something that you should be releasing onto the world. Like, yeah, big bugs are not a good thing. I don't know. I did like some of that stuff. I didn't mind. You fight Terrans also in the Zerg campaign. It was nice not fighting the same species all the time. Like the Terran campaign, I swear all you fight are fucking Terrans. It's not true.
Well, that's the whole point. Is that this game is kind of in itself a tutorial for the multiplayer.
Well, yeah, like any RTS, that's what they're trying, because that's what people love about these type of games, especially even in '98, it would already have started, even though that's not what I play these games for. But yes.
And also, what do humans do like the more than just pick fights and bicker with each other?
I mean, that is true. Look at where we're at currently in the world. So, hey, because humans are stupid.
Yeah, definitely.
We are a smart species in certain aspects, and we are dumb in others.
Yes.
But that's kind of like with everything. If you watch animals enough, there's some really smart animals, there's some really dumb animals. There's always got to be someone who's going to get eaten. So,
yeah,
someone has. Dumb.
Yeah.
Let's
go on to some relatively smarter creatures in the Protoss.
Okay. I get to nothing. I don't think I have anything else to say about the Zerg either.
Yeah.
I just don't like them. I was so happy when that campaign ended. Like, I was having a good time. I'm like, I want to go back to having a good time with this game. And then I got to the Protoss. The Protoss aren't my favorite, but I do really enjoy their campaign.
So you're a Terran player. Got it.
That's because Terrans remind me of other, like, Command and Conquer, or Warcraft, which I'm more familiar with. That's why.
Fair enough.
Protoss campaign, the Protoss in general, I did enjoy them because if I wasn't cheating, they would probably be my favorite because of the recharging shields, and they are very powerful units.
Oh yeah, shield batteries are fantastic.
Yeah,
because shield batteries work on both units and buildings.
And the big deal of the Protoss, more than their energy shields, are their pylons. You must construct additional pylons.
Fine, because like when I used to play Warcraft, we need more farms, or however they say it. Like, it's that same type of aspect, so it didn't bother me. Like, I really had a good time with them. I don't mind. I didn't realize, because I had never played this before, so when I played the Terran and then the Zerg and the Protoss, like, I actually didn't learn how their bases work until I played as each character, and then I started understanding what I was doing, like how it affected everything. Yeah. I thought that
Protoss
was cool.
need to build batteries, which are both their
power source and supply lines.
Supply line, thank you. I'm trying to find them.
It was a good concept because it gives you an excuse to make more of them that, you have to because of power, and then you also, because you need more troops. So I thought that was good.
And also the big lore thing behind it is that every single Protoss unit, every single building is already pre-constructed and just warped in by your little drones that you can just have a bunch of drones mining minerals and just one that can just go around and warp in stuff.
Yeah, that's also nice because once they start the warp, they can just go do another warp or go do whatever. Like, I really enjoyed their campaign. I enjoyed their units.
Also,
the Dragoons are fucking powerful.
Well, also the drawback to the Protoss is that their stuff is expensive.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I mean, and maybe if I was playing this game, again, my experiences is tailored to a guy who's using cheat code, so I see the game a little differently. But
let me guess. What's mine is mine. Operation Seawall. Power
no
overwhelming.
Operation Seawall. Only Power Overwhelming and Black Sheep Wall, so I could see the whole map.
Yeah, I gave him like every single code.
I found
super important. But
I would not speed up
the money.
The troops. I only did show me the money sometimes more during the end when I was just wanting to be done. But I tried to play this game even when I cheat, I still try to play legit as close as I can, so I get the right feeling for this game. So I would make myself wait to get all the money to make the troops. I didn't want to cheat in that aspect too much.
One of the codes is there is no cow level, which will warp you to the next level.
I had to do that once. The game wouldn't cooperate during the Protoss campaign.
Yeah, the problem with there is no cow level is that it also, just because it jumps you directly to the end of a level, if there are any story elements in the middle of the level, like quote-unquote cutscenes, you don't get any of that.
No, you just get... I only did it... There's one level you have to bring is it Templars? 2 Templars and some guy to a gate, and they're supposed to go inside something, and I put them on the beacon, and it wouldn't do anything. This game just wasn't recognizing it, so then I had to put the cheat code in.
It was probably Tassadar or
Rainer. It was one of those, yes. I did not remember.
Tassadar is their tool.
So, question, just because this didn't affect me because I couldn't get hurt. Like, I'm watching a speedrun of it, and they show, like, where body parts turn yellow or red. Does that mean, like, is that just kind of to show you, like, okay, the troops are, this troop is near dead by looking at it?
Yeah, it's just like a cutesy little thing to add realism to it.
Okay.
It's not like once the right arm becomes red, the gun in the right arm is going to do less damage. Nothing like that happens.
Okay, it's just a cool way. Like, oh, look, this guy is more injured than the others type of thing.
Yeah, you're really just paying attention to the 14 over 40 type stuff. But if you want cute little extra layer of role-play and realism, you get that.
Okay, I was just curious how that worked. I just everything with the Protoss, I mean, it does make sense that they're more expensive. I didn't really think about that, but that does make sense because I was constantly like, they were the ones where I had to start where I did use the money code. Because I was like, this is taking too long.
Speaking of unit, I like the Dark Templars when you can create them. I like I like the little robotic slug that you can...
Oh, the Reavers.
Yeah, the Reavers that
what
you can build.
They shoot plasma balls.
Well, you gotta build them in the Reavers as well. Like, each Reaver can hold up to like 2, maybe 5 or 6 drones that they use as ammo. Yeah, you gotta select the Reaver and you gotta build them inside the Reaver, which will cost money.
They're kind of like the rocket launchers, but they only can attack ground units.
Yes. Oh, okay. And also the carriers. I love the carriers. But the
fucking carriers are the best. They are my favorite unit in all of StarCraft.
Yeah, you got to build the little drones inside of that as well. But when you send a bunch of carriers and they send out their little drones and when I used to play them on my PC when I would build a couple drones with max carriers with multiple drones at maximum capacity, it would almost break my computer. It would slow it down. It would chug with all those.
Oh yeah, because 8 carriers means 64 interceptors.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a lot of troops. I just use the air troops that the Protoss have. I can't remember their name.
The scouts.
I use those to mostly take out people just because it was the simpler way to do it for me, and they were pretty powerful. They're definitely more powerful against air units than they are against like other ground units. But they were still useful enough. I would also use Dragoons a lot. I do love when you find out the story behind like the Dragoons, that when someone like one of your guys dies And they take him and put him inside a Dragoon. So apparently, like, Dragoons
Phoenix
are all fallen warriors.
Yeah, Phoenix, especially the other Protoss that comes back. I don't know if that's in this one or in Brood War.
Oh,
I don't remember the word Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix. But he's the main Dragoon. He's one of your units in early Protoss campaign.
It's in this game because he's the one in the cutscene whose blade flickers out.
Yeah.
I guess I just wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah, he gets killed by a Zerg overrun and made into a Dragoon, which is in your future missions.
Yeah, I did like that. I thought that was cool, just getting the backstory to know, like, okay, that's how these Dragoons work and stuff like that. It was just very interesting. I mean, I don't know, something about the Protoss was just really nice.
Yeah, the Zealots are good as well.
They are. I was surprised because I don't normally like ground units like that in these type of games. So
yeah, and also, as I said, they're expensive. But I know your money code and whatnot, but they are like 100 materials a pop instead of like 50 for Space Marines and 50 for 2 Zerglings. They're like 100. So yeah, the resources are a thing if you're playing Protoss straight.
I mean, for the first half of it, or most of it, I was playing it straight because I wanted to have that experience. So most of it was, yes, where I would actually sit and wait for all the minerals to get farmed. But again, I didn't have to remake troops because nobody died. So there was that aspect of it. But yes, I was doing my best to get...
Yeah, props to everybody out there with like high APM actions per minute that can just fly and manage all that. Just like on the spot, like they'll see whatever their materials are, they'll just do a couple keystrokes and they'll have a bunch of Zerglings or a bunch of Marines or a bunch of Protoss built and just go back to what they're doing in like the field. That's like high level StarCraft play.
No, thank you.
But no, I can see that. It's a lot easier in 2 than in this one.
Yeah.
Well, this is a different. This is 98. I mean, I do get where you're coming from, like with the remaster that they would have maybe made things easier or had a few quality of life, but especially when they said they did, and then but maybe it was harder to do some of the things that you're referencing than they could without really redoing the game.
Yeah.
Which I'm not all that surprised.
Yeah.
I'm happy it exists. I did not know. I don't even know how I got the remastered. I had it, and I don't even know. Like, I know I didn't buy it.
I think they gave it away for free for people who have StarCraft 2 or they had.
I don't have StarCraft
1 or something. Well, I think they gave it. I'm pretty sure Blizzard made the remaster free for everyone.
Oh, you can buy it now, $20.
I mean, in the beginning when it came out.
Okay, that might be why I had it because I had a Blizzard account, and I'm like, why do I have a Blizzard account? I haven't played a Blizzard game in years, but I was happy that I didn't have to buy this again. I was like, cool, I own it. All right, now I own more because I own the Warcraft stuff. So yeah, and I almost bought Diablo 2, the remaster of that. I was tempted. I could never beat Diablo 2. So
yeah, to the story of the Protoss. Who is the guy who's always a thorn in your side? The head.
The Conclave?
Whatever. Yeah, the Conclave representative that's always doubting you and being the thorn in your side.
Oh crap! I want to say it's like Aldaris or something like that.
I think you're right. I mean, I do like how you eventually go against them.
Yeah, basically, the Protoss are basically a caste system. Like I think you got your rank and file, you got your warriors, you got your Templars, you got the big head honchos, like the Tau.
Yeah, I don't know, with the Protoss, I think their campaign, because at that point the game is like, you know how to play by now. You already beaten 2 campaigns, which I think is a good way to do it. I think the 3, and also like we were saying before, the fact that all 3 races play so different coming from a guy who's played just Command and Conquer mainly and Warcraft in Warcraft 1 and 2, they play pretty much the same. I mean, they're different unit types, of course. Like, one has an ogre, one doesn't. But they're still, they aren't that different. These are completely different play styles. I think that's really neat. And that probably plays a lot with how beloved this series is. And this game, this game was played in Korea for how many, I feel like it's still being played in Korea competitively.
Oh, yeah, they've rented out Olympic stadiums.
Yeah, Warcraft is where you get Dota from.
Yeah, I can't believe how much, this has meant to people. and how big
Yeah.
StarCraft has gotten, and somehow I've never played it. So
Like when the trailer dropped for StarCraft 2, like that wasn't dropped in America. That was dropped in Korea. That was dropped in Korea first.
Is that really such a shock to you, though?
it's not. No, no. I knew stuff about StarCraft. Like I knew how much South Korea's loved it for a long time. I mean, those are my understanding of it before I touched this game. Like I those are the stuff I already know. Like I was looking through my YouTube history because I went to go watch. I was like watching videos for this episode, and there were some where I had started it before and then just stopped because I just didn't care. And I think I was just trying to like, I should learn about StarCraft, but I didn't. I mean, it's one of those things where you need to play it first so you then care about it.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it was also kind of fun because like when I would go through the 3 campaigns, I didn't understand what the units were that I was destroying until I got to play as that campaign. Then I started to understand, oh, this is their barracks. This is their this. Like, started to make sense to me.
Yeah, and even as the enemy, they suffer on the same constraints that you do. Even as computer AI or behaviors or whatever you want to call it, back in the day, we called it AI, but we didn't call it AI. You know what I mean?
Computer, I think, is the right term that we would use back then.
No, it would be called AI, but it wasn't the AI. The AI as we know it. It was just basically a set of parameters and behaviors set by the programmers, and not exactly adaptable and whatnot, like true artificial intelligence or whatever.
Oh, fair enough.
So yeah. So they would be playing under the same constraints as you, and if they ran out of resources, they would run out of resources, and you would have a set, and they would have a set. If they ran out of resources, they were done. But you would probably run out of resources faster than they would run out of resources.
Yes. Yeah, because this would have been before you had generative AI. I mean, there wasn't AI, but yeah, you're right. That wasn't a term that was in our lexicon yet. I wish it wasn't in our lexicon.
A lot of people would refer to AI back in the day as just what I was saying, the behaviors, the constraints set by the programmers for computer play things. Like a little, I don't want to go over the whole thing again, but that's how it is.
No, you're good.
How it was. Yeah.
I mean, AI would not be a bad thing until companies went, oh, we can just have AI do our jobs and we get more money? Man, that's perfect. Who cares if everyone's unemployed and has no money to buy our products? We make more money because we don't understand how money works. Yeah. Because if people aren't working and they don't have money to buy your products, therefore you won't make any money. You idiots. So, corporation.
This has been Mike's Soapbox Minute, everyone.
Hey, I think AI can be really useful if you use it as a tool to help someone do their job in the right aspects.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The problem with AI is that companies are trying to find a way to replace the human and not have any humans they have to pay and have AI do it. Why is my cat putting her paws on the ceiling? Okay.
Yeah. Let's
don't knock down the Ghostbusters toy.
Yeah.
Let's
get back on track. The Protoss story. Basically, I think
right now I'm busy watching a cat trying to knock down my Ghostbusters toy. Right.
Your first Protoss mission is basically you escaping Ire as it's burning.
That is good. The fact that all the campaigns take place one after another and give you this complete story is a really nice touch.
Mm-hmm. And by the end,
to play in order.
Yes, I'm glad you said that too. By the way,
yes, and by the end of the Protoss campaign, you are teaming up with the humans to take out the Overmind in like one campaign where you control a Terran army and a Protoss army at the same time,
which is so cool.
It's not until Brood War where in the Zerg campaign or something that you can basically, or is it to Protoss where you can mind control unit from the Zerg and basically have your own little Zerg army as well?
I know you can do it in Brood War. I don't think the Archons can do it in this game. They might be able to do it in Brood War.
So something to look forward to.
Okay, I am very excited to play Brood War now. Like I went from having little interest to having a lot more. I actually care now. And that's a nice feeling.
Yeah. It is fun to know that Tassadar died for our sins.
And I love that their whole phrase, like Intaro, or like Intaro Adun, that was like a famous Protoss warrior back in the day. And
in honor of Adun.
Yes, and going forward, everybody would say Intaro Tassadar, because he died for our sins.
It'd be like saying Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra.
I get that.
Pretty much. That's probably why they put it in there, to be honest.
It probably is.
When the walls fell. His
Uh,
arms wide. Thanks, Mike. Now I have that episode stuck in my head.
Good fucking episode.
Great fucking episode.
I
Yeah.
love that. Oh god, I tried to get Tiff to watch TNG, and we got past the bad shit, and then we got.
Oh, you
to,
mean
like,
season 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
We got past season 1. We got to like season 3 or 4, and she just kind of fell off, and yeah.
But the trial and the flute.
Yeah.
We did the trial. We didn't get to the flute. She got the trial
Yeah, Measure of a Man.
because the trial. If you're thinking of the trial where Riker's on trial for murder, and then you see the different parts of who
No, I'm
actually
thinking about
did
the
it.
data trial.
Oh, she got the. I don't think we. I can't remember if we got to that or not.
Because that would be early enough, but I don't think that's season
Yeah, I
1.
forget
think
which
that's
season
2.
it's in.
Yeah, I think we did
yeah.
do the data trial. Oh yeah, if Data can he make his own right? Yeah. I mean, you see, if it was reality, Data would be fine. He's white, so he'd been allowed to make his own
This
right
is so
here.
off topic, but Mike, how many lights are there?
There are 4 lights.
Great answer.
Yep.
I'm
So
pretty sure
it
after
is-
a while I would
it
have
is
been like, "There's
really
5."
great
Fuck
to
it.
know
leave me alone.
That this campaign is kind of a civil war because while we are supposed to be fighting the Zerg and they are the bigger problem, the Conclave's entire deal is how dare you talk to those people? It's like, okay, first, chill the fuck out, you racist assholes. But second of all, they are the only ones that can kill the Overmind because they've got the special power. What's the special power? We'll talk about that later.
And they're permanently cloaked.
Which is so good. I love Zeratul and I love Dark Templars. The Nerazim are my favorite Protoss race.
The unit, yeah. Yeah, I like as I said, I like the carriers. I like the Dark Templars, and I like the, I forget what they are as well. The Dragoons.
I didn't
Yeah,
use the Templars or Dark Templars because they just didn't fit my style of play.
Oh, I almost forgot. Templars are good because if you take 2 of them, you put them together, you get an Archon.
I did that
Yeah,
once per mission.
In Brood War, we'll get if
The
you take
Dark
Dark
Archon.
Templars. you
Yeah,
get
the Dark-
and the Dark Archon has no abilities, but is probably the strongest basic attack unit for them that isn't
Yeah.
the carrier.
Yeah, I remember now. It's the Dark Archon that can mind control units and, permanently mind control units. And if you mind control an SCV, if you mind control a drone from the Zerg, you can have your own Terran and Protoss base, Terran and Zerg bases.
God, I
So
love
even
that.
like there's some missions in Protoss campaign, for example, where they want you to go to a certain spot. Even though I was cheating, I made sure that I would not I would play the game how I would have played normally, and I fought everything. I didn't just rush there and finish it. Like I made sure not to do that at all in any of the campaigns.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm cheating, I still wanted to have much of experience of this game as I could, so I can give a better opinion of it. That's always been my way with these games, and cheat codes are a lot different than save states. Because save states you still have to do it. You just are able to make changes on the fly.
Well, because it's a PC game, you can just save anytime, anywhere. Save
Yeah, it's also
is public.
RTS.
Yeah.
You could fuck yourself 10 minutes ago and not realize it. So you could fuck yourself in RTSs and be like, "Oh, I'm doing great." And you go, "No, you're not." Because you waste too much time.
How many times when you saw a indigenous creature think it was an enemy?
A bit. So I started
In
to
the
kind
day, I
of
used to kill all of them. This time, I killed none of them. They did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, in Warcraft 2, you have seals and pigs and stuff. I used to kill them all the time. No, I did not bother. I didn't bother any of them. I was like, okay, cool. There's a creature there. That's fine. It's not an enemy. I don't care. Only at first when I was still learning the game and learning the units. Once I got to a point where I know what all these units are. I'm not worried about anything anymore because I understood the game. I understood what I was looking at. To go back to your earlier point. I do like how the end of the Protoss campaign, pretty much the end of this game, is that guy sacrificing himself to then kill the Overmind, which. I do like how they say, yes, we won, but our planet is mostly destroyed and a lot of us are dead.
Yeah, and this is such a double-edged sword because on the one hand, yay, the Overmind finally had a corporeal body, and since we killed it, that thing is gone forever. But now there's a power vacuum.
Yes.
Almost like all the different broods of the Zerg might start fighting each other.
That's why it's called Brood War, isn't it?
It's one of the many reasons, yes.
Oh, cool. I'm excited because in the ending it shows Kerrigan is off on her own now, and she's the queen. Because there is no Zerg leader exactly. Okay, I am very interested to when we get to Brood War. I don't know when that will be.
Kerrigan is basically the leader of her own faction of Zerg.
Oh, okay.
Going on forward, yeah. She's not the total queen because as I said, as Penelope said, the Overmind is gone, and there are different cerebrates out there that are just.
Penelope?
I forgot what your.
Phoebe?
Damn it! Sorry.
What did Phoebe say? I missed everything.
That's Phoebe. Yes, it's Phoebe. I'm an idiot. I said Penelope, and her name is Phoebe.
I did not hear that. That's fine. We can start calling her Penelope. How's that sound?
Oh my god. I'll take it. Fine. Fuck it.
I mean, hey, I could probably call you Sonic Slut, and you're okay with it too. So
That is completely true.
I'm not going to, but you make the joke on the Sonic episodes we do. All right. Anything else to say about the Protoss?
Everybody's favorite unit.
No, we already did that. I did.
Then no.
No, we did. Yeah.
Well, okay. One of the big things that we can talk about is, so in the StarCraft Remastered, one of the actual quality of lives is the in-between level cutscenes where or like with the ending of the Protoss story, how there are still images and text. Back in the day, it was just text on a black space.
Oh, yeah.
There were no images. Now we get custom drawings to actually cement what is happening.
That's cool. I didn't realize that was a quality of life. I like you're just pictures and it was with text. Like, I wouldn't, it's cooler that way than just black text, than a black, background.
Yeah. And, the little in-between cutscenes, like the whole, I think they didn't up-res them at all. It's all like,
That's fine.
it's all like de-interlaced, like, there's like a series of bars.
I didn't mind at the cutscene for the old graphics because that's what it was in '98, and so that never bothered me.
Well, I'm also talking about the video quality.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah,
but it's '98. But I'm fine with them not remaking the videos because I doubt they spent a lot of money on this remastered. So I mean, I can't see it being like, I cannot see this being a game where they put a lot of money out to make the remastered.
Oh, you know what? Let's ask this. I know you probably didn't, Mike, but.
Phoebe?
Yeah, Phoebe. Did you ever get into any online multiplayer matches?
In StarCraft 1? Not in a long time, but I remember when Brood War came out, playing once or twice. When it came to online, I was a big StarCraft 2 player. Less so the versus, and unless it was with friends. I fucking love the co-op in StarCraft 2, though.
Oh, yes, there is. Well, I think there's also some co-op as well in...
There should be.
Yeah,
there should be one or two, but I really like the StarCraft 2 co-op because of...
Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, I almost forgot. The Battle Chest also came with... I think base StarCraft came with it is a really good map editor. Almost anybody can make a custom map and build it with different fillings and stuff. Because that's what Because as I said, as I mentioned before, the Enslavers side story was creation through the map editor and everything. Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. There's probably still just saying that there's probably a good online storage archive or something somewhere of old school maps for StarCraft still out there. I bet.
Oh, I'm sure that stuff still exists because I mean this game still has its fandom. Like, it hasn't gone away.
Like Doom mods, wads,
Yeah, people still love that. So no, I completely can see that. That I highly doubt anything has changed. And I know like Warcraft 2, that's where I'm familiar with map editors. And I remember I spent a lot of time playing around with those map editors when I was younger. I used to make maps for I made some really dumb maps. I remember I made one in Warcraft 2 where it was all water. You had a couple subs, and your job was just to go hunt the other enemy subs. And we played with cheat codes, so that essentially that was my goal. Here, you just play with cheat codes. Like, you go hunt the enemy subs, and you try to find everything. Little things like that.
Yeah, I remember playing a couple online games of StarCraft 1 where everybody started, but everybody had like a 5 to 10 minute timer before you could attack anybody. It was like an unspoken thing.
That's
or a
cool.
thing we agreed upon in chat. Like let us build our stuff before we go after each other.
That is cool. I don't like multiplayer person anybody or anything like that, so I never really, and I wasn't gonna mess with it in here. So
yeah,
I'm sure people still play.
That's where
we're going.
Because that's where Zerg Righteous came from, was the multiplayer. Because people would just, it would be you, the person that gets into a multiplayer match, and there's like a bunch of other factions being played, and one is the Zerg. There's a pretty good, decent chance that he will win.
I find, it makes sense when it comes to the aspect of how RTS. Right. Anything else to say about StarCraft?
I cannot think of anything currently.
Me either.
Okay.
I know for Brood War, I'm definitely going to jump to the Mass Recall mod and see how that runs.
Yeah, I as I said, I played a bit of it, and a lot of the stuff you can do in StarCraft 2, you can do in this mod. You can select multiple groups in one thing. You can have a big squad select rather than just like 24 or 12 in StarCraft 1. You can just select a bunch. Like you can have like 20 to 50 units in a whole grouping in StarCraft 2, and that brings it over to the Mass Recall.
So we're going to questions, comments, and memories. First from the eye-watching entire Orblood Super replay from, I like this one, from Antone Trailer. I only bought this game to play online with a girl I liked, 10 out of 10. She eventually dumped me, though, 1 out of 10.
Oh.
I'm sure he was a teenager or something. I mean, I bought World of Warcraft for a girl I liked and played for a month, and then we broke up, and I was done. So, hey, I get it.
Yeah.
From Curtis Major, power overwhelming. I get that right.
Yeah.
Now.
Power overwhelming.
Nice.
From Brad Hurung, I played through this game probably once a year. I mean, the whole thing, original, Brood War, and the 3 StarCraft 2 entries. Never played much online or competitive, though. That is impressive.
I would do that every once in a while as well when the remaster came out, or if I was able to get the original to run on a computer I'm playing. I would do that every maybe 3 or 4 years off and on.
I can't do that with any games, even games I love, like Chrono Trigger. I don't play any game for more than once very often. Like, I mean, there are games I play 3 or 4 times throughout my life, yes, but I don't know how people can do that, but each their own. And from Neil Hackle, my life for Ire.
My life for Ire.
Ire, I said it wrong. My best friend in middle school introduced this to me. His mom was a teacher, and one summer she brought home her computer from the school, a Gateway PC. She allowed my friends to install Ages on it, so we played StarCraft, Warcraft 2, and Age of Empires on this thing all summer. Then I got my own copy of StarCraft and Brood War. I dabbled with online play, even tried to join a clan. They didn't take me because all I did was build an insane amount of photon cannon.
That's right. I almost forgot. That's also one of my favorite units buildings in the Protoss, where you can just warp in a bunch of photon cannons around a pylon, and you just have an instant air and ground defense, which was pretty powerful.
They were really good.
Yeah.
I really like the cannons. I did not know how to make the Zerg cannon because I didn't realize that I didn't make those stupid creep things.
Yeah. As I said, you got to build a creep colony and you got to evolve them into either a ground thing where there's a big pit with a slug that will stick its tendril into the earth and come out where the enemy is, and the spore colony, which is air units. And I don't know if it's the spore cannon and or the slug pit that are also detectors, which are units that can see incoming invisible units and take them out.
Can't remember. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember because I didn't really mess with that part of the Zerg stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, I almost forgot to say that each faction has their own detector unit, like the Terrans. They have a science center, and they have the little missile pods on the ground that are detectors. You have the Zerg with their overmines, which are floating detectors, and as I said, the spore colonies and whatnot. In a Protoss campaign, you have these little things called observer eyes that are permanently cloaked, and you can just and they're cheap to make. You can make one and send them out to a certain spot on the map that's a spy and keep an eye on things.
I didn't mess with any of those other. I didn't have to, but that's cool.
Yeah.
And from Christopher Paff, what was your favorite moment from the game? Favorite characters?
I think Jimmy, Kerrigan, and Tassadar. No, wait, Zertul, yeah. In that order.
Kerrigan, Raynor.
Jimmy, yeah, Raynor.
Yeah.
Just Kerrigan for me. I don't have anything else.
And favorite moments from the Terran campaign, I think there's the sacrifice of Kerrigan from the Zergs. from Zerg, there's the birth of Kerrigan. And the Protoss is the fight with Kerrigan. The fight between Tassadar and Kerrigan. So there's a pattern here.
I don't know for myself, per se. I would say probably the part when you abandon Kerrigan. I mean, I knew what happens to Kerrigan later, but I just didn't know the context of how it happened. So that was interesting to me. Because that was something that somehow, was new to me. You, Phoebe?
Yeah.
For a moment?
Kerrigan coming out of the chrysalis.
Okay.
Tassadar's lovely sacrifice. I really like Duke's battle cruiser being crashed the NORAD 2 and having him pretty much go, no, don't save me. Fuck this. I don't want to be saved by you. Fine, whatever.
I really want to join
he joins
you, so.
because we are the ones who saved you. Your Confederacy did nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a choice, to be honest. Like they saved you. What are you gonna do? Betray them now and get murdered? I'm guessing how that would have worked. Okay.
Probably.
From Matthew Gilstein, you must construct additional pylons. I did hear that every so often.
Yeah.
I remember reading about StarCraft in a gaming magazine in a grocery store in the town I grew up in, Connecticut. I was so excited for it. I bought my first gaming PC because of it. The first game I ever played was SimCity, and this was like SimCity plus war plus science fiction. My 12-year-old mind was overwhelmed.
Overwhelm me.
I played multiplayer seriously for 6 years or so, dedicated myself to one clan, climbed ladders and rankings, and still maintained friendships across the globe because of that game. I remember being heartbroken every time an update would prevent me from watching my favorite replays, predominantly a Protoss main. Love Kerrigan to this day.
That is awesome story.
Remember Remember magazines in a grocery store, people? Like gaming magazines and comics?
Yeah, gaming magazines and JRPGs are how I learned to read.
That's cool.
Nice.
It just made me laugh. I remember when I used to go to my local pick and save in Milwaukee, and I would buy comics there. That's where I bought my Sonic comics every so often.
Yeah. I was able to get a subscription to Sonic comics, the RT ones, back in the day. Like I would get them in the mail.
Probably should have did that, but I was like, I just picked them up randomly when I would go to the store, and that's why I didn't read the whole series, because I'd miss an issue here and there and be like, oh, I'm missing stuff. So that's what it made me think of. All right, and from Jack Kearney, my first copy was a bootleg from a friend so I could try it. Fell in love with it, definitely bought it later on so I could play online. The computer lab was set up for everyone to play it in high school too. Played a lot of Infinite Money maps when I was younger, but I was never any good. Terran was my race. I'm a sucker for the ordinary dude faction when there are crazy high concept stuff running around. Siege tanks and marines are all you need. Going back to play the campaign later in life when I better knew what I was doing was wild too. It was really a hard campaign, but super cool. They pulled off some really neat stuff, especially in Brood War. We'll keep talking about Brood War. And I was like,
It's almost like they wanted you to play them back to back in a battle chest, would you say?
Crazy.
We will do it at some point. So
Good. Excellent.
maybe, I don't know when, but it will happen, yes. And then last one from this group, from Walter Eady. It's weird to ask about memories of a game that I haven't stopped playing for 25 years. I'm glad that people really do love StarCraft. Like, I get it now that I finally played it. Like, I get it. And then from the official Laser Time community, from Chad Fujihara, I always felt like some of the guitar for the background music sounds a lot like parts of Owner of a Lonely Heart.
Oh, dude, we got to mention the music. The music is awesome. I love the especially the Terran campaign musics. It's that right kind of sci-fi and country twang.
I listen. I did play this mostly with sound on most of the time, almost the whole time. Only when I got annoyed when I was waiting for money, then my headphones went out and I just didn't care.
Yeah,
otherwise I cared.
There are at least I think 3 different tracks for every campaign, for every faction, and I think the Terran ones are my favorites because they're like chill, and they get hectic, and like synth is on point, and it's so good.
All right. And from Chris Litchotes, love StarCraft. Even if I spent most of my time playing against easy computers and building walls of tanks, legitimately still one of my favorite stories in games, especially with how Brood War ends. The instruction manual, which you can find online, is basically a giant lore book. StarCraft 2 had friendly gameplay and better mission design, but the original is an evergreen game that's always fun.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. The instruction booklet was basically a Bible, pretty much.
That is nice though, like with your game to have that. So you're like, okay, here you can, read this, get to understand what you're doing, what the game is like. I like that personally. And then last comment from Nabil Mohammed. So I have a friend who passed away earlier this year. He and I used to play StarCraft a lot when it was new. We lived a few streets away from one another when we were in high school, and so we used to use the modem play feature to dial each other directly and play against each other because back then our parents paid by the minute for internet and a direct phone connection was cheaper.
Yeah.
I remember one time he made his Terran buildings fly so my Protoss troops couldn't destroy them, and instead of surrendering, he waited for me to build long-range units instead. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's what you can do with Terran buildings. You can lift them off and reposition them somewhere.
I did that a few times.
Yeah.
Anyway, he passed away from poor health a few months ago now. The week he died, I downloaded StarCraft's most recent version from Battle.net and set up a Protoss vs. Terran match against the CPU. At the end of the game, I just typed, "Good game, man. Same time tomorrow," and I closed the game and had a good cry.
Aw, dude. Respect. Yeah, respect. Mad respect for that.
But that's also what makes games special, is that we have those moments with people, and then when time does what a time is always going to do, we have the memories, we have the things that keep us together, and that's one thing that's so special about gaming.
Yes.
But yeah, that's just unfortunately, part of life, in a sense. So,
yes.
No, that's sweet though. I always tell people, like, please share stories like that. If you listen to this show and you're one of the many groups that I post comments in, or you join the Discord, I sometimes post comments in there. I should more. I want to hear stuff like that because that's what makes gaming so special, is how it affects us, how it changes our life, and this is a game that had that effect for a lot of people and became an important game because of it. So, please, always, and it's good to share those stories, and it's good that you did that. You lost someone that meant and you honored him in your own way, and that's what life is about. All right, and we'll give away a code like we always do because I apparently aren't running out of codes yet, which is a good thing because I don't want to. Let's see. All right, your next code is for Sniper Elite 3. This is your Steam code. The code is F996TQNKT3 8C38H. That is your Steam code for Sniper Elite 3. It came in a big bundle that I bought with all the Sniper Elite games. And I already had that one, apparently, so now someone else can have it. And I do give away a Steam code every regular numbered episode of this show. There's a Steam code giveaway. If you listen, check that out every time I do it. All right, and we should go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Phoebe, why don't you lead us in?
Man, looking back at this game, it hits different. Again, playing the remaster, a lot of those quality of life bits that I was kind of hoping for from StarCraft 2 did not get carried backwards. But that being said, I still absolutely love the factions and how they play completely differently from one another while at the same time keeping basic RTS practices going. I love the story. I love the music. So I'm going to put this on the stack.
No, the shelf.
No, I'm not.
It's the biggest. Right?
No. The shelf is the highest. I'm putting it on the stack.
Because she played too, so that makes sense.
That's the problem. Is going back from StarCraft. There are games that hold up perfectly, and even with the rose-tinted glasses coming off, they still hold up like Chrono Trigger. This I do not think is one of them, in all honesty. But I still think it is an extremely good game that paves the way forward for what is to come.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
No, that's fair. And that has that effect when you go back, like this show is really good at when you go back and play older games that you played when you were, you played the sequels to, it can really mess with like your view of it because you've seen what comes out of it later. One of my co-hosts previously had that problem where we would play older games. It would be hard for him because he had played the newer games of the series. So he's like, this is not as good. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it doesn't make it bad. So that can affect people's opinions. So, all right, and Desiree.
Following Phoebe's example, that I guess I should stack it. It's good as it is. It's good as it was. And StarCraft 2, when we get to, maybe even Brood War, we get to, are pretty much better in almost all respects. In quality of life and just straight visual upgrades. Even though there's still that classic feel of like little pixel units running around.
There's just something about watching that has always been so cool to me.
Yeah, like your own private little ant colony, just doing its own thing and going out and fighting on your behalf.
All right, I'll go last. I'm going to put this on the shelf I had a great time for the most part. I mean, like the Zerg, but overall, like this was a great playthrough with my cheat codes, and I loved it. And it's gonna open the world to more RTSs on this podcast now because this is the first RTS, so we branched into a whole nother genre of games that had not been on the show yet. So that makes me happy. And right now, I'm watching the speedrun of Warcraft 2, so I can tell you what's coming eventually. Now that I own it, fucking love Warcraft 2. Like you guys might, grew up on StarCraft. I grew up on Warcraft 2, and that game to me, like. I have not played that game in years. I cannot wait to go back to it. I might put it on the show sooner or later because it's just such a... I fucking loved Warcraft 2 so much as a kid.
I would love to join because I've always wanted to play Warcraft 3 specifically. Illidan is awesome. And
I have only played Warcraft 3. I haven't played, Warcraft 2 or 1. Yeah.
You can skip one. But I was not a big fan of 1, but I also played 2 first, so 1 to me was just kind of like bleh. But it's also been a very, very long time since I played it. But no, I really am looking forward to going back to Warcraft 2 now because I'm just in that mood for another RTS. So we shall see. Yeah. Warcraft 2 also has a cool expansion too. I remember that. I had a chest too.
Mm-hmm. Well, so did Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 had a battle chest.
Yes. I didn't have the chest, but I had Diablo 2.
Yeah.
So I remember that much.
Yeah, and it came with the Diablo 2 expansion as well. Yeah, there was an expansion called Lords of something. I forget.
Lords of Immortal or Immortals? Yeah, something like that. I had it. I bought it separately at Best Buy for $20. I remember that.
Yeah.
Never finished it. Diablo 2 is one of those games I've never finished. Like, I played a ton of it, but I never, I beat it technically when I joined someone else's party with, a level 99 Amazon that just killed Diablo like nothing, but I never finished it otherwise. I actually had a girlfriend once that we were playing it off and on together. She was a sorceress and I was a barbarian, I think, and... It was fun. We never did finish it. We got to Act 2, and I think we maybe finished Act 2, but then we broke up. So
we should say that Diablo 2 is where we get the there is no cow level cheat because there is a cow level in Diablo 2, and it was a big meme or something. I think the devs would always say there is no cow level, but people found it. Yeah. I think that's the lore about that. Feel free to correct me.
No, leave a comment or join the Discord and tell us. I don't know if it's I have no idea. So. Remember, if it is a joke, yes, something to do with 1. You are correct. All right, and then into what we're talking about next week. Next week, you can hear us talk about Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Awesome.
I'm excited for that. I started it. I only played about half an hour. I need to play a lot more in a week, but I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I plan to beat it by the time, but I'll get them. I hopefully today I don't have much planned to do, but sit around with my wife and watch TV. So there's a very good, after I shovel the snow, unfortunately, so there's a very good chance I'm going to just sit and play Syndicate for hours today, hopefully. That's my plan. I have editing to do, but I don't want to, so we'll see. Editing can wait. I have 3 now, or I will have 3 soon. All right, we should go to plugs. Desiree, where can people find you at?
They can find me on Blue Sky. They can find me on Twitch. They can find me on YouTube. I haven't done anything yet. I'm still threatening to do something, but I haven't done anything yet.
Sometimes it takes a bit to get going. And then some people get crazy, like me.
Yeah.
Make too much content, don't know why they do it, but they love it. So.
Yeah.
And Phoebe.
You can find me over on Twitter and Blue Sky as the LB Princess, on YouTube and Twitch as the Let's Play Princess, and as one of the co-hosts of Nerds of Broadcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Lots of ways to get podcasts now. So, all right, again, check out those. And if you enjoyed this episode, there are over 900 other episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. You never know what the fuck we're going to do. I don't know what the hell we're going to do. So check out our giant catalog. If you want to support the show, do a Patreon. For Little Dog vote in our Patreon polls. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. If you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or your YouTube every episode I make during that month. I make a lot. So do that if you great way to support your show. And you can see all my numbers. You can see all the numbers of what the show does right on Podbean. I don't hide it like some people do. I let people see exactly what's downloaded, what's not. You can see all that. So, and the wonderful people are Phoebe Stanton, which you already heard her. Check out her stuff. And absolutely the best podcast of Work in Progress. That's Zach's podcast, who's on the show from time to time. They do the MC movies, MCU adjacent movies, and they are currently going through the Alien Predator franchise. Last episode I know they did was Predator at the time of this recording. Somewhat accurate. They'll have other stuff out by then, I'm sure. So check him out. And we'll give a shout out to A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. He's coming back. He should be having new episodes again soon. So if you've been waiting for him, he's coming back. So check him out. And we'll give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro because Helena at Hellhaftree. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, join our Discord. It's free. We're always happy to have new people join us and chat with us and suggest things or be on the show. All you need is a microphone. I will make it work. I like having new voices on. So check that out. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews for Get Your Podcast. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Cazadar.